Will these parents let their children do what they would like to do, or will they force them into careers they choose?
Yeah, I think I don't intend to put any sort of pressure, like which subject or which field. I would say that up to 12th, I want him to concentrate on all the fields equally. But then after that, he can choose wherever he wants to go. Like if he wants to become a lawyer or maybe go into trading or any of those things, I'm okay. I think arts, I may be little bit more reluctant because like it's like a probability, like what percentage of artist or what percentage of singers, I mean what because we see that like it's like you have to be really the top in that field, only then you can succeed. Because
whatever he wants, I have no objection, as long as he can make money to support himself. That's the only criteria.
Indeed, I want them to decide on their profession, what they want to do. But definitely, if they, I try to give my opinion, if they come and ask me, and I expect them to come and ask me, okay, how do you like this, mom? So I definitely give my opinion, but I eventually want them to choose what they want to do.
But yes, not to over-influence them, because I have seen the consequence of that. So I don't want that to be repeated, but still, I will definitely let them be aware of what they are choosing.
Yes, I will. I will try to influence him, hopefully help him make that decision by exposing him to a lot of different things that would be in tune with his interests and with his talents. But in the end, ultimately, it's going to be his decision, and I hope that you can only pray that it'll be the right one for him, and that he'll have fun doing whatever he chooses to do and be great at it.
Here are 2 points to remember. The average person changes jobs every 7 years, and people change their careers an average of 3 times in their working lives. Does it mean that people are chasing someone else's dream rather than their own? How many of us can be 100% sure that we could have done better or made better decisions for ourselves than our parents did? Having said that, Indian American children have a uniquely pervasive burden. Well-meaning parents often want to give their children the best education and a great career. This may result in a financially rewarding career, but not necessarily an emotionally fulfilling one.
I have a friend or an acquaintance of mine who was a very good tennis player, and she was raised and groomed to be a tennis player from the age of 3. But the pressure that her father put on her was so intense and so devastating to her psychology and to her ego, because she could never please her father. She gave it up as soon as she could, and as soon as she got out of the house. Never has played since then. So it's unfortunate, because she probably would be a very good tennis player and could have been very successful probably had her father been a more gentle and more flexible in his relationship with her.
If fixing cars is what your child is good at, and he aspires to open a small body shop, which could be a profitable business in the long run, it's useless to push him to become a neurologist. And answering your true calling provides spiritual, psychological, emotional, and social rewards. So what should responsible parents do? Should they raise children with good social skills who grow up as well-balanced, mature, responsible, ethical individuals? Should they prepare their children to compete in today's highly competitive professional world? Or should they do whatever it takes to get into an Ivy League school? Or all of the above? As parents, before we take the training wheels off and push the child in one direction to ride solo, we need to ensure that the child has the ability, motivation, and intellect to ride in that direction. Parents need to do two things: encourage to achieve and support during failure.
If they still, as a child, they're all basically want to please the parent, and so they will follow the direction, the dictates of the parent. But if they can't please their parent, then they will become very frustrated and they would become demoralized and depressed.
There is something to be said about failure, and with strong and loving parental guidance, a child can be set on the correct path.
Something that parents have to be very concerned with is what will succeed in the next generation. It's very, very questionable.
Maybe we can draw strength from the following lines of Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.